Her human envoy became a falling star, burning bright across the battlefield before her eyes plasma bolts scorched the air above Commander Seelan's trench as Major Elia's ward vaulted in, mud-caked and blood-streaked. Squad 3, pull back now. Suppress that heavy gunner at 200 meters. Troopers froze mid-panic. Seelan's mandibles clicked in shock. Protocol barred diplomats from command. Yet Ward's calm bark yanked her Cathari rifleman from exposure. The man fired, dropping the enemy gunner. Lives held. Commander, Ward said, eyes locked on hers. We fight to the ridge bunkers, order it. Seelan's crest flared. Threx's horde pressed their crumbling line. Coalition procedure demanded clean retreat or total hold. Ward offered neither. She signaled Captain Rockier. Transmit all units fighting withdrawal to ridge bunkers, bound by fire teams. Move. Rockier's claws danced over the comm panel. Acknowledged, ma'am, bunkers prepped for 30% strength. Explosions rattled the trench. Threx's warriors, hulking, spike-armored brutes, crested the forward slope. Seelan sighted her coil gun, fired. One brute crumpled. Ward didn't hesitate. He grabbed a wounded Cathari gunner by the harness, dragged him backward through sucking mud under a hail of flechette rounds. Shrapnel pinged off his scavenged vest. The gunner gasped, Major, leave. Shut it, Corporal, you're covering our left tomorrow. Ward heaved him into a revetment, then rolled out to suppress. His human pistol barked precise bursts. Two more brutes jerked and fell. Seelan watched, transfixed. Humans endured like that. Ward treated direct fire like rain. Her own troops faltered at half the exposure. She fired again, conserving coils. Rockier status? Enemy flanking east. Bunkers 2 minutes for lead elements. Supplies at critical ammo 20%. Seelan keyed her command radio. General Vorn, this is Seelan. Front collapsing. Request immediate artillery on grid Echo 5. Threx masses there. Static hissed. Vorn's voice crackled oily with caution. Negative, Commander. Optics demand we preserve barrage reserves for the orbital push. Hold position. Reinforcements en route. General, we're down to mixed platoons. Artillery now or we lose the ridge. Protocol, Seelan. No risks without clearance. Conserve your line. The channel cut. Seelan's grip crushed the handset. Vorn played politics while Threx bled them dry. She smashed it against the bulkhead. Bastard! Ward slid beside her, hauling a limping Vaxari scout. No fire support? Denied. Seelan scanned the slope. Brutes advanced in echelon, probing for breaks. Ward nodded once, pulled a battered rangefinder from his pack, scavenged from a downed drone. He swept the enemy lines, optics whirring. Threx's heavies at 180, dead zone at 250. Safe lanes here. He etched marks on her tactical slate with a gloved thumb. Push squads through these, I'll vector your drones for overwatch. Seelan's compound eyes narrowed. His map pierced the chaos. Precise angles, kill zones marked. Human eyes saw patterns her scopes missed. You presume much, Major, you're envoy, not officer. Envoys adapt. Ward met her gaze, no defiance, just fact. A brute round clipped the trench lip, spraying dirt. He didn't flinch, lives hung on seconds. Seelan weighed protocol against the bodies piling forward. Ward had dragged her wounded when her arms ached. His lanes promised survival. Rockier, mixed squads, human lead on vectors, authorize Major Ward coordination, all units. Rockier's spine stiffened. Ma'am, regs. Now, Captain, Rockier complied. Squads forming, Ward, you're on point for Alpha and Bravo. Ward clapped her shoulder plate, human gesture solid. Let's move them, Commander. Seelan rose. Fire teams bound on Ward's lanes. Troops surged. Ward's voice carried. Alpha low crawl vector 3, suppress left. Bravo bound high on 2. A Cathari fire team dashed his first lane. Brutes fired wide, blocked by his dead zone. They gained 50 meters clean. Seelan covered them, coil gun humming. Threx's roar echoed from the ridge. He scented weakness. Ward dragged another wounded, a Vaxari with shredded legs, into the bound. Fire stitched his boot. He ignored it. Keep pressure, they're bunching. Rockier yelled. Enemy probe east, heavies inbound. Seelan pivoted. 3 brute heavies lumbered forward, plasma lances charging. Her squads pinned. Ward dropped the rangefinder. Snatched a coalition grenade launcher from a fallen trooper. Cover! He shouldered it, fired. The arc struck true, his mapped angle. Explosions shredded 2 heavies. The third staggered. Seelan's rifleman poured fire. It fell. Troops cheered, mixed voices, alien and human. Ridge bunkers loomed half a click upslope, but Threx adapted. His main force crested, horns blaring. Drones swarmed their flanks. Ward wiped blood from his brow. Bunkers won't hold alone, need to thin them here. Seelan nodded, trust solidified in the mud. Your call, Major, coordinate, he grinned, feral human. Rock your drone overwatch on my marks, Seelan your heavies to the choke, we bleed them dry. Captain Rockyer patched through. Drones live, vectors locked. Seelan hefted her coil gun, troops rallied behind Ward's slate, protocol shattered but the line held. Threx's horde hit like a tide, plasma scorched earth. Seelan fired into the mass. A brute charged her position, spikes whirring. Ward intercepted. Tackled at mid-leap, knife flashing, they rolled in the trench. Grunts echoed. Blood sprayed, brute ichor black, human red. Seelan covered, emptied her clip. The brute spasmed, dead. Ward rose, slashed deep across the ribs, pressed a field dressing. Just a scratch. He shouldn't stand, yet he did, grabbed the slate. Push, bunkers now, squads bounded. His lanes funneled them safe. Drones struck enemy clusters, Rockyer's precision, Ward's eyes. They hit the bunkers at 30%. Barricades slammed. Threx's assault broke on the wire. Seelan panted in the command revetment. Rockyer tallied. Casualties high, but we hold. Supplies for 12 hours. Ward slumped against a bulkhead, pale. Blood soaked his side. Good work, team. Seelan gripped his arm. You defied protocol, saved us. Protocol loses wars, he coughed. Loyalty wins, her crest pulsed warmth. Human grit rewrote her rules, but comms crackled Vorn again. Commander Seelan, report. She glanced at Ward, he nodded. Ridge secure, General, no thanks to you. Silence. Then, explain. Threx's horns blared outside, another wave built. Seelan smiled fierce, Ward's fire kindled it. We hold, send support, or watch us improvise. The channel held open. Threx charged. Ward stood, weapon ready. Seelan joined him, together. Threx's horns blared. Enemy spikes surged up the ridge, claws scraping rock. Seelan fired from the revetment lip. Her pulse rifle spat blue lances, dropping 2 hulks mid-stride. Ward matched her, his human carbine cracking steady. Shells whined overhead, Threx's artillery probing the bunkers. Flank left, Ward shouted. He slapped a fresh mag home, blood seeping through his dressing. Seelan pivoted, her squad mirrored. They poured fire into the gap. Brutes crumpled, but more crested the rise. Bunkers rattled under impacts. Point-defense turrets hung silent, power dead from the last barrage. Ward glanced at the nearest turret mount. Sparks flickered from its base. Heaters, reroute now. Rockyer crouched nearby, slate glowing. Turrets offline. Line buckling at Sector 2. Do it, Seelan snapped. She covered Ward as he vaulted the barricade. He dropped into the turret pit, tools clinking. Enemy rounds chipped concrete inches from his head. Ward yanked open a panel. Frost rhymed the cables, heater lines frozen solid. He traced wires with gloved hands. Cut heaters, full shunt to guns. Seelan laid suppressive fire, her rifle overheated, venting steam. Rockyer, parts to Ward, keep the line. Rockyer nodded, crest flattening. He slung his pack and scrambled over. On it, Commander. Shells exploded behind him. He tossed conduit rods and a power cell into the pit. Ward caught them one-handed. Line buckled. Screams echoed from Sector 2. Seelan's troops fell back, dragging wounded. Threx's brutes poured through, axes gleaming. Ward worked fast. He sliced heater feeds with his knife. Crimped cables to turret relays, sweat mixed with blood on his face. Power spike incoming, cover! Seelan emptied her clip, reloaded blind, the turret word, spikes spinning. It shredded the nearest brute cluster, rounds stitching the slope. Cheers rippled along the line, but Threx adapted. His volleys shifted, predictable bursts every 90 seconds. Ward climbed out, carbine up. He timed the next barrage on his wrist chrono. Window. Runners move 8 seconds. Resupply teams bolted from cover. Rockyer led them, crates bouncing. They dashed across open ground, enemy fire pausing. Safeties clicked home. Ammo flowed to the foxes. Seelan watched, crest rising. Human timing turned slaughter into rhythm. Push Sector 2, Ward nodded, eyes on the slope. Comms case dropped in the wire, we need it, broadcast relay. She spotted it, coalition case half buried in razor coils, vital for wideband. Threx's brutes guarded it now. Seelan signaled her squad, with me. Recover that case. She charged first, rifle barking. Ward laid covering fire from the revetment, picking off reinforcements. They hit the wire hard, blades slashed. Seelan's blade pierced a brute's throat. It gurgled, fell. Her troops grabbed the case, handles slick with ichor. Pull back, she roared. Explosions bracketed them. They dragged it clear, case intact. Back in the revetment, Ward plugged it in, screen lit. Coalition net live, he keyed the broadcast. All sectors, fire Plan Delta. Turrets sink on my mark. Volley one now. Turrets across the ridge awoke. Whirs unified. They hosed the slope in interlocking arcs. Threx's wave vaporized. Sectors 3 and 4 stabilized. Reports flooded in. Rockyer tallied on his slate. Enemy recoil. Casualties down 30%. Ridge holds. Seelan gripped the revetment edge. Ward slumped beside her, pale but steady. His fixed scrap and timing stemmed the bleed. No more retreat. Comms crackled. General Vorn's voice cut through. Seelan, your broadcast bypassed my command net. Explain this. Improvisation. She glanced at Ward. He mouthed, truth. General, Seelan said, voice steel. Threx hit us unsupported. Ward rerouted power, timed windows, recovered comms. We stabilized 3 sectors. Your optics nearly lost the ridge. Silence stretched. Threx's horns faded, pulling back to regroup. Vorn growled. Protocol exists for protocol bends, Ward interjected calm. Loyalty holds. Rockyer's crest twitched amusement. Seelan felt it too, human grit reshaping doctrine. Vorn paused. Data confirms, support inbound. Hold position. Channel cut. Seelan turned to Ward. You bleed, Med Bay. He waved it off. Line first. He scanned the slope, chrono ticking. Threx's scouts probed again, testing. Turrets spun up. Ward called the window. Runners moved. Seelan joined the watch. Her trust shifted. Procedure saved faces. Ward saved lives. Enemy shadows gathered below. Ward stood. Next wave, together. She raised her rifle. Together. Shells screamed inbound. Turrets answered. The ridge held, forged in scrap and defiance. Ward patched a flickering console. Power low, one more shunt. Rockyer fed him cables. Seelan covered. Brutes charged. Turrets whirred alive. They cut them down. Sector reports steadied, green across the board, but Vorn's shuttle hummed overhead, early arrival. Optics demanded witness. Seelan tensed. Ward just reloaded, ready. Threx roared anew. Horns split the dusk. Ward's chrono beeped. Window shut, fire. The ridge thundered, no surrender. Seelan's crest burned fierce. Human loyalty ignited her own. Ward coughed blood, stood taller. Push, she grinned, predatory. Push. Squads bounded forward. Threx met them head-on. Blades clashed. Rifles cracked. Ward funneled them, turrets guarding flanks. They reclaimed the wire. Case secure. Broadcast live. Vorn's voice returned. Commander, impressive, but explain the human's role. Seelan fired into the melee. He's the role, General. Watch. Ward tackled a brute, knife flashing, rolled clear, rose bleeding, called lanes. Alien stared. Human normal. Extraordinary. Rockyer patched wounds mid-fight. Supplies critical, but we win this. Threx bellowed, retreat. His line cracked, Seelan pressed, Ward at her side, bonds sealed in fire. General's shuttle landed behind lines. Vorn emerged, eyes wide at the rout. Ward slumped finally, medics swarming. Seelan gripped his hand. You refuse to let us fall, he smiled faint. Allies don't fall alone, her crest pulsed, rules rewritten. War turned, but scouts reported, Threx regrouping with heavies, dawn assault. Seelan stood over Ward's stretcher. Rifle ready, improvise or die, together. General Vorn's voice crackled over the comms. Commander Seelan abandon the ridge, immediately, preserve coalition assets. Seelan gripped Ward's stretcher tighter. Medics swarmed the human, injecting stims into his neck. His eyes fluttered open. Threx's heavies massed below, scouts confirmed it. Dawn broke in minutes, she keyed her mic. Negative, General, civilians trapped behind our line, we hold. Silence stretched, then Vorn barked. You defy orders, security team deploys now, relieve your command, extract. Her crest flared hot. Rockyer burst from the command trench, eyes wide. Ma'am, shuttle inbound, armed escort, they'll drag us off. Seelan slung her rifle. Not today. She waved squads to positions. Last reserves, 2 platoons, ammo crates half empty. Fortify the wire, turrets hot. Boots pounded dirt. Aliens stacked sandbags, lasers whining to life. Ward sat up, waved off a medic. Blood crusted his armor. What's the play? Evac the ridge. Save the civvies. She pointed to the valley. Shells already whistled. Threx probing. He nodded. Count me in. Vorn's shuttle screamed overhead, thrusters scorching earth. Ramps dropped. 8 security troops in black plate charged up the slope, rifles leveled. Commander Seelan, stand down. Seelan raised her hands. No point fighting coalition own. Rockyer flanked her, claws twitching. Then Ward stepped forward, planted himself between her and the guns, calm as a drill sergeant on parade. Stand down, troops. She's under my diplomatic protection. The lead guard snarled. Human out of the way, General's orders. Ward didn't budge. Protocol 47B attached Envoy overrides relief in active combat zones. Check your overlays. Guards hesitated. Overlays flickered on their visors. Seelan watched, breath caught. Human pulled rank she didn't know he had. Standard duty, Ward added, voice flat. Allies don't abandon posts. The lead guard stiffened. General countermands. Transmit to Fleet Command, now. Ward tapped his wrist unit. Data beamed skyward. Shuttle comms erupted. Vorn's roar echoed. Guards shifted, rifles dipping. Seelan's mind raced. This human diplomat, not soldier, blocked a gun team like it was paperwork. Her people stared from trenches. Whispers rippled, human normal, extraordinary. Rockyer leaned in. Ma'am, overlays confirm he's right, but Vorn won't wait. She nodded, pulled her data slate. Battlefield compact form glowed. Emergency protocol, rare binding. Major Ward, sign as acting envoy and shield, full authority. His eyes met hers, no flinch. Thumbprint sealed it. Done, what's first? Civvies, 500 pinned in the village, shells walking their way. She jabbed the ridge map. Convoy route through the pass, you lead. Ward grinned faint, grabbed a medpack. On it, Rockyer comms relay. Affirm. Her second keyed channels. Trucks spinning up. Dawnlight bled red. Threx's horns blared, assault imminent. Shells cratered the slope. Ward vaulted the wire. Seelan, hold here, I'll punch the convoy through. She gripped his arm, crest pulsed. Return fast, we need that ammo. Copy, he sprinted down, waving trucks forward. Engines growled. Refugee convoy lurched, flatbeds crammed with aliens, young clutched to flanks. Seelan turned to her line. Firing positions, Threx comes, make him pay. Rifles snapped. Lasers seared. Enemy probes hit the wire, brutes with axes, drones buzzing. Her squads poured fire. One alien fell, claw severed. Another dragged him back. Rockyer yelled over blasts. Convoys in the pass, shells bracketing. Seelan zoomed her scope. Saw it, plumes of dirt erupting around Ward's lead truck. He stood in the bed, rifle barking at spotters. Refugees cowered. A shell airburst, shrapnel pinged armor. Ward leaped to a stalled truck, yanked the driver out, jumped in. Revved hard, plowed through debris. Horns wailed behind, Threx's vanguard closing. Push the line, Seelan roared. She fired full auto, dropping a drone. Her reserves thinned, casualties mounted. Vorn's voice cut in again. Seelan, this defiance ends your career. Watch the feed, General. Live broadcast rolled. Coalition channels lit up. Her people fought like demons now, inspired. Explosions rocked the pass. Ward's convoy snaked through. One truck flipped, flames bloomed. He skidded his lead vehicle back, scooped survivors, accelerated again. Rockyer patched wounds on the line. Ammo at 10%, ma'am. Hold. Seelan's claws dug into her rifle. Ward's figure shrank in the scope, then vanished into smoke. Threx hit full. Waves of heavies charged, hulking frames, plasma cannons belching. Her turrets chewed the front rank. Aliens flanked with blades, slicing drones midair. A brute breached, Seelan met it head-on. Rifle butt cracked its horn, knife plunged, it gurgled, fell. Flank collapsing, Rockyer shouted. Seelan keyed reserves, last platoon bounded. They plugged the gap, lasers crisscrossed. Enemy dead piled, hours ground. Sun climbed, casualties bled her force dry, supplies gone, bayonets fixed, Rockyer gasped. Convoy clear, but Ward's signal lost. Seelan's gut twisted. No, he wouldn't fall alone. Shells walked back toward the ridge. Threx adapted, artillery zeroed. Then engines roared from the pass. Ward's truck burst through first. He stood tall, machine guns smoking. Trailers followed, ammo crates stacked high. Refugees waved from cabs. Ammo run, Ward bellowed over the comm. Double load from depot cache, trucks skidded to halt. Loaders swarmed, crates flew into trenches. Seelan rushed him. How? Shortcut, he coughed, handed her a crate. Depot unmanned, Threx pulled guards for assault. Her crest burned brighter, human grit, found a way where procedure saw none. Guards from Vorn's shuttle watched, rifles slack. Broadcast drones hovered, capturing it all. Ward reloaded a heavy gun. Ready to push, Threx's main force crested the far hill. Heavies lumbered forward, cannons glowing. Seelan grinned, predatory. Push. Fresh ammo-fed turrets. Lasers screamed. Her squad surged, Ward funneling fire lanes. Aliens moved with precision, Yarzi coordination unmatched. Humans added resilience, Ward tanked hits, stood, fired. Enemy staggered, Threx bellowed from his walker. Plasma lanced, Seelan dove. Ward tackled her clear, rolled up firing, Rockyer called targets. Heavies flanked. They hit the walker's legs. It toppled. Threx ejected, roaring. Ward charged, knife out. Seelan covered, rifle stitching. Threx swung. Ward ducked, slashed tendons. Brute dropped. Her shot finished it. Line broke, enemy rooted. Vorn's voice returned, strained. "Commander, report." Seelan stood over Threx's corpse, Ward at her side, bleeding but unbowed. "Ridge secure, civilians safe, human envoy delivered." Pause. "Understood, stand by for review." Shuttle lifted, guards boarded without a word, Rockyer tallied. "Casualties light, ammo surplus." Seelan gripped Ward's shoulder. "You blocked guns, led evac, raided supplies, standard duty?" He shrugged. "Allies hold together." Her people gathered, crests high. Human loyalty forged them anew. Scouts pinged. "Ma'am, Threx reinforcements inbound, orbital drop." Seelan chambered around, Dawn's victory short, war endless, but now unbreakable. Ward nodded. "Together, together." Scouts burst into the command trench. "Enemy dropships, ma'am, 5 minutes out, jamming our skies blind." Seelan snapped her visor down, scanned the horizon. Threx's reinforcements glittered in descent, orbital pods blooming like toxic spores. Coalition gunships circled uselessly high above, locked out by the pulse tower on the enemy ridge. Its dish throbbed red, smothering signals. "Target confirmed," Rockyer barked from comms. "Jammer at grid Echo 7, air support's def without it down." Seelan gripped her rifle. Protocol screamed retreat. Hold the ridge, consolidate. Vorn's orders would echo that, preserve assets, but Threx's heavies would shred her line before noon. "Night raid, volunteers?" Silence gripped the trench. Her Yarzi troops shifted, crests low. Risk too high, exposure lethal. Major Ward stepped forward. Blood still crusted his armor from Dawn's brawl. "I'll lead it, mixed squad, your best scouts, my Marines. We hit fast, ghost out." Seelan's mandibles clicked. Human envoy, diplomat by title, warrior by scars, no hesitation. "You're not cleared for combat ops. Protocol's a luxury we don't have." Ward's eyes locked hers, calm, steady. "Squad of 8 in and out before drones wake." Rockyer tallied heads. "Supplies, demo packs, suppressors, med kits, 2 hours to dusk." Seelan nodded. Selected her picks, 4 Yarzi infiltrators, sharp in shadows. Ward tapped 3 humans, lean, scarred, gear prepped like it grew on them. No debate. Squad formed, dusk bled purple. They slipped from trenches under smoke. Ward led point, human boots silent on mud. Seelan flanked, rifle low. Drainage cut yawned ahead, a scar in the earth, enemy artillery marching its length. Shells whistled. Ground bucked. "Down," Ward hissed. Squad piled into the cut. Mud swallowed them. Explosions walked overhead, close enough to rattle teeth. Seelan's rangefinder pinged the tower, 800 meters. Guard posts dotted the ridge. Drones hummed lazy patrols. Ward signaled halt, pulled holomap. "Flank left, cut power first, charges on the dish core." His finger traced paths, squad mirrored nods, they crawled. Mud sucked at limbs. A shell cratered 20 meters off, shrapnel pinged rock. Seelan's heart thrummed. Humans pressed on, faces blank. Routine, power relay loomed, 2 guards chatted, backs turned. Ward rose fluid, knife flashed, first throat slit before alarm. Seelan's shot dropped the second, silenced round through visor. "Clear." Ward sliced cables, sparks died, tower lights dimmed partial, deeper. Squad split, 2 teams suppress, main breach. Enemy patrol rounded corner, Ward's Marines opened up, bursts chewed cover. Yarzi lasers sliced precise. Patrol dropped, tower base, locked hatch. Ward slapped breacher charge, boom muffled. Inside, humming consoles, 3 techs scrambling. Seelan stitched them. Ward dragged bodies clear. "Charges here." He slapped packs on the core, wires to detonator. Timer blinked, armed, Rockyer's voice crackled, private channel. "Enemy heavies landing, hold ridge." "Negative," Seelan whispered. "Extract in 5. Ward thumbed detonator, nothing, blinked again, dead. Seelan froze. "Backup." EMP fried it. Ward yanked the primary fuse. Ripped manual igniter free, lit it barehanded, flame hissed alive. 10 fingers, move, squad bolted, Seelan covered rear. Fuse burned, Ward's hand counted, 10, 9, out the hatch. Drones whirred awake, sensors lit. Red beams swept. 8. Ward shoved a Yarzi over rubble. Suppressive, Marines hosed drones. 1 exploded midair. Seelan's rifle barked, another down. 7. Drainage cut in sight. Shells still walked the ridge closer. Enemy klaxons wailed. Boots thundered from barracks. Threx's reinforcements. 6. Ward scooped a wounded human, slung him fireman. Ran, Seelan matched pace, gritted mandibles. Human carried 120 kilos extra, never flagged. 5. Drones buzzed low. Lasers scorched mud beside her crest. Yarzy snipers picked 2. Last Dove Ward's sidearm cracked its shell mid-plunge. 4. Cut entrance, shell hit behind, blast wave hurled them in, squad tumbled safe, Ward dropped his load gentle. 3, 2, tower erupted, flames jetted skyward, dish crumpled, secondary blasts ripping legs. Debris rained, drones screeched, links severed, coalition skies cleared, Rockyer whooped open channel. Air support inbound, gunships Ada 2 mics. Sealand panted mud, watched Ward check his wounded. Calm hands bound bleeds, squad upright alive, Vorn's voice cut in. Commander Sealand, unauthorized raid, explain. She stood, Ward met her gaze, nodded once. Envoy initiative, sir, tower down, front holds, pause, review pending, but effective. Threx's heavies lumbered into view. Gunships screamed overhead, missiles lit the dark. Ward clapped her shoulder. Allies hold. Sealand chambered fresh round, crest high, protocol bent, grit unbroken, enemy pods cracked open, figures poured, gunships strafed, plasma blooms, Ward selected targets. Flankers left. Squad surged anew, Sealand grinned fangs. Human turned tide again. Artillery shifted, coalition barrages now, enemy staggered, one pod birthed a walker, Threx's mark, cannon swiveled, Ward charged first. On me, Sealand covered, lasers converged, walker's leg buckled, pilot bylaid, Threx kin roaring. Ward met him blade to claw, Sealand's shot punched chest, brute fell, line buckled, pods smoked, Rockyer tallied, enemy breaking, casualties minimal. Dawn crept, gunships circled victory, Vorn calmed. Ridge secure, Envoy commended. Sealand gripped Ward's arm. Blood mixed theirs. You lit the fuse, manual, he shrugged. Duty. Her troops gathered, crests flared pride, human envoy no mere talker, warrior who burned for kin, scouts pinged. Ma'am, flankers probing east, Threx reserves, Ward reloaded. Together, Sealand nodded. Together. Explosions rolled anew, war ground on, but unbreakable, Ward's squad marines laughed low. Yarzy echoed, first time, Sealand sighted next target. Human resilience wove them tight. Protocol, forgot. Threx's voice boomed from wreckage. You fight like demons. Ward fired. Just humans. Gunships dove, front held, Rockyer patched feeds, air command live strikes precise. Enemy retreated, pods abandoned, Sealand exhaled, watched Ward tend gear, humble, unyielding, Vorn's shuttle hummed inbound, optics first, Ward straightened. Review. She clicked mandibles. Earned. Troops stood tall, bond forged in fire, but scouts pinged again. Ma'am, orbital signatures, Threx main fleet. Sealand raised rifle, Ward beside, endless war, endless grit. Enemy lights flickered horizon, dropships massed. Ward counted fingers mock. Ready, she bared teeth. Light it. Dropship slammed dirt 50 meters east. Threx's horde boiled out, claws gleaming, plasma vents hissing. Sealand snapped her rifle up. Rockyer, jammer status. Down, ma'am. Her comms officer yanked cords from a smoking pod. Enemy signals flooding. Threx's voice crackled, coalition freaks. Your tricks end, now you break. Explosions chewed her left flank. Sealand's map lit red. Third company gone. Probes turned to flood. Shift second to the breach. She jabbed coordinates. First holds ridge core. Troops scrambled. Yarzy crests flattened in panic. Human marines, Ward's squad, fanned beside her, rifles barking steady. Ward glanced her way. No fear, just count. Flankers inbound, your call. She clicked mandibles, trust the grit. Together. Enemy waves crested the rise. Threx walkers lumbered behind, legs pounding craters. Plasma bolts scorched earth. Sealand's line buckled. Rockyer patched through. Casualties spiking. Ammo at 40%. Vorn denies reinforcements. Optics. Sealand snarled. Political corpse. Her map blackened further. Gaps yawned. Threx poured through. Fifth company pivot east. Plug it. She fired bursts. One brute clutched throat toppled. Too slow. Enemy engulfed a squad. Screams cut static. Her crests wilted. Ward vaulted a berm. Sealand, shattered platoon at choke point, third's remnants, I take it. She scanned, narrow pass, rubble choked, perfect kill box, but suicide. Negative, Envoy, fall to secondary line. He met her eyes, calm, soldier eyes. Protocol says advise, this is hold. He waved survivors, 10 Yarzy bloodied, rifles low. With me? They followed, no question. Human grit pulled them. Sealand watched from overlook. Ward positioned them tight. Volleys on my mark, controlled bursts, aim mass. Threx's vanguard hit the choke. Ward's line unleashed. Disciplined fire, crack, 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 not wild sprays, precise. Brutes shredded mid-charge. Enemy faltered, walkers pivoted cannons. Ward adjusted. Shift fire high. Plasma arced over. Yarzy bolts punched optics. Walker staggered, crashed. Seelan's breath caught, her troops whispered. Human leads, holds, Rockyer tallied. Choke intact, losses minimal there, but center crumbles. Map screamed truth. Black voids everywhere, Threx massed for kill. She slid down slope. Shells screamed. Blast cratered Ward's flank. Dirt rained. She dove in, mandibles clamped his arm, dragged him clear. Smoke choked air. Yarzy survivors crawled up. 5 left. Ward, fall back, that's order. He coughed dust, reloaded, rose steady. Can't, evac corridor needs cover. Your people die without it. Threx roared closer. Pods vented troops, her companies fragmented. Seelan gripped rifle. Protocol, envoys evacuate first, but he stood for her kin. Request denied. Her voice cracked. Lie, Ward keyed his comm. Human freak, coalition patched. Orbital, this is Ward, single strike package. Grid Echo 7, evac corridor, confirm. Static hissed. Then package away, 60 seconds. Seelan yanked him down. Vorn will, General Keth. Ward's eyes locked hers. Prioritizes optics, I prioritize you. Boom. Walker cannon found them. World flipped. Seelan tumbled. Ears rang. Claws dug dirt, pulled Ward again, buried half. His leg twisted wrong. Still he fired, dropped 2. Yarzy rallied around. For the Envoy, Threx's elites charged. Hulking, blades whirring, plasma lanced. Seelan's rifle jammed, heat slick. She drew blade, slashed throat. Hot ichor sprayed, Ward volleyed beside. Hold fire, conserve, strike timer beeped, 30 seconds, enemy closed, claws raked a Yarzy, Seelan lunged, stabbed eyes, blade stuck, Ward covered. Pistol popped skulls, calm, routine, Rockyer's voice pierced static. Ma'am, second company breaking through east, corridor open, barely, Seelan hauled a wounded Yarzy. Ward, go, he waved more back, last 5. Not without you. Threx loomed at choke mouth, armor scarred. Human worm, yield. Ward spat blood. Just doing maintenance. Strike whooshed overhead. Missiles rained. Fireball swallowed Threx's elites. Shockwave flattened line. Seelan shoved Ward into evac flow. Her troops streamed past, battered, alive. He limped. Refused medevac litter, rifle up. Covered stragglers. Vorn's comm barked. Envoy Ward, cease action. Shuttle inbound. Political breach. Ward ignored. Fired last burst. Dropped a straggler brute. Seelan gripped his shoulder. Crest flared pride. You defied for us, he shrugged. Humble duty, your line held because we did. Rockyer rallied remnants. Corridor secure, Threx pulls back, stunned. Map stabilized, reds faded to orange, but scouts pinged. Ma'am, Threx reserves massing north, heavy guns inbound. Seelan raised rifle, Ward beside, leg braced. Eyes steady, together, unbreakable, explosions rolled anew, Threx bellowed defiance. Dropships darkened sky, Ward counted fingers, mock grin. Round 2. She bared teeth, mandibles clicked resolve. Light it. Gunfire answered, her companies reformed. Human envoy, no talker. Anchor, Vorn's shuttle screamed in. Optics late, grit first. Threx's guns boomed, shells cratered earth. Line shivered, Rockyer yelled supplies. Ammo critical, Seelan shifted survivors. Ward's platoon, hers now plugged fresh gap. He directed volleys, Yarzy matched, precise. Deadly enemy probed hesitation. Found none, Walker leg buckled under fire. Pilot bylaid, Ward met claw, blade flashed, Seelan punched chest shot. Brute fell, bond tightened, protocol ash, Threx's voice boomed. Demons, Ward fired. Humans, strikes dove, front held. But orbital pinged, Threx fleet descending. Endless, Seelan exhaled, watched Ward tend wounds, unyielding, Vorn landed, demanded review. Ward straightened, blood streaked, she stood tall. Earned. Troops crested pride, human resilience legend, scouts urgent. Main assault. Now, Seelan nodded, rifle ready. Ward mirrored, war ground on, sacrifice sealed. Loyalty fire forged, shells slammed the ridge. Seelan ducked shrapnel, her rifle barked back. Threx's reserves poured over the northern crest, endless claws and guns. Command staff evacuate, Seelan shouted into her comm. Rockyer, secure the corridor south. Ward, escort them out, that's an order. Major Elias Ward crouched beside her. Blood crusted his fatigues, he nodded once. Calm, copy that, Commander, staff first. Her companies shattered under the barrage. Yarzy snipers picked off Threx elites, but Walker's crushed flanks. Rockyer's voice crackled. Ma'am, ammo at 5%. Heavy guns zeroed on the ridge. We hold 2 minutes max. Seelan gripped her rifle tighter, mandibles clenched. Protocol demanded command retreat. Preserve the line for Vorn's reinforcements. She waved her staff toward the armored carriers idling in the rear trench. Move, Ward, get them clear. Ward grabbed Captain Rockyer's arm, pulled her toward the vehicles. You heard her, load up. Seelan covered their sprint, fired bursts into the enemy swarm. A claw warrior lunged close, too close. She sidestepped, drove her blade into its throat. Hot ichor sprayed her armor. Ward herded the last staffer aboard, then he turned to her, grabbed her elbow. Commander, you're with us, she yanked free. Negative, I hold the ridge. His eyes locked on hers, steady, no argument, he shoved her toward the lead carrier. Protocol says command evacuates first. In, the carrier's ramp hissed open. Her staff stared from inside. Rockier waved urgently. Shells cratered 20 meters away. Seelan planted her feet. Ward, he pushed harder, locked his hands on her shoulders, maneuvered her up the ramp like a crate. Trust me, get them out. The ramp slammed shut before she could pivot. Locks engaged with a thud. She pounded the bulkhead. Ward, override. His voice filtered through the intercom. Convoy rerouted south, clear of the kill zone, hold tight. Engines roared. The carrier lurched forward. Seelan spun to the forward screen. Watch the convoy snake away from the ridge, her troops. Rockier braced beside her. Ma'am, he's buying us time, Seelan snarled. He's suicide, turn this heap around. Can't, he locked command override. Rockier tapped her console. He's running back. On the rear feed, Ward sprinted alone into the smoke. Rifle slung, no cover, straight to the ridge. Idiot human, Seelan slammed the comm. Ward, abort, that's a direct order, Static hissed, then his voice, calm as ever. Negative, Commander, Threx wants the ridge. He gets a beacon. She watched him vault the trench, hit the dirt amid her last squads. They rallied around him, Yarzi and human remnants. He knelt, unslung a manual beacon from his pack. The fat silver tube gleamed. Threx's guns boomed louder. Walkers stomped closer. Claws swarmed the slope. Ward jammed the beacon into the soil, activated it. Red strobes pulsed skyward. Enemy fire converged. Shells bracketed him. Seelan gripped the screen edges. Rockier, punch it back. Rockier lunged for the controls. Seelan beat her there. Wrenched the carrier into a skid. Tires screamed. Convoy veered. Ma'am, Vorn will override, Seelan barked. The carrier bucked north, toward the ridge. Rockier tackled her, pinned her arms. No, your command, staff dies if you die, Seelan thrashed. Mandibles snapped. Let go, he's alone, shouts echoed in the carrier. Staffers grabbed harnesses. Screens showed Ward directing fire. His platoon poured rounds into the claws. Beacon throbbed brighter. Enemy spotted the pulse. Threx's voice boomed over open channels. Target acquired. Demons marked. Walkers pivoted. Guns elevated. Shells rained precise now. Craters bloomed around Ward. Seelan kneed Rockier. Broke free. Lurched to the console. Alarms wailed. Convoy fractured under crossfire. Ward's voice cut through. Airstrike inbound. All friendlies scatter south. That's you, Commander. Her screen split. Orbital feed pinged. Human strikes fast movers diving from high orbit. Rockier yanked her harness, strapped her down. He's painting himself. The beacons, the bulls. Seelan stared. Ward stood tall amid the chaos, rifle empty. He waved her squads off the ridge. Yarzi bolted past him. Humans covered. One by one they cleared. Threx's claws closed. Walkers locked on. Ward keyed his comm. Last words clear. Sky, this is Ward. Confirmed target on my beacon. Cleared hot. Jets screamed. Trails etched the sky. Seelan's carrier shuddered south. Rockier floored it, forced the convoy clear. She watched the feed. Ward knelt by the beacon. No run, no dodge. He turned himself into the mark. Threx bellowed triumph. Demon falls. Strikes hit, fireballs erupted. The ridge vanished in white hell. Walkers vaporized, claws incinerated. Threx's reserves burned clear. Silence fell, screens whited out. Seelan exhaled, claws dug into her harness. Ward, her anchor, Rockier scanned, returns. Ridge, gone. Enemy shattered, no signals. Convoy halted at rally point. Vorn's shuttle inbound, optics first as always. Seelan unstrapped, stood tall, blood-streaked, unbroken. Ward had turned diplomat to soldier, protocol to grit. Her people lived because he burned. Loyalty sealed in fire, but scouts pinged anew. Threx remnants regrouping, warlord not done. She raised her rifle, mandibles clicked. Humans endured, so would they. Explosions rolled distant. Line held barely, Rockier reported. Vorn demanding sitrep once you relieved. Seelan bared teeth. Tell him earned, tell him Ward bought this. Staff nodded, pride swelled. General Keth Vorn stormed from his shuttle, crest feathers flared. Commander Seelan, reckless evac defiance, explain. She met his gaze, rifle slung. Threx hit main force. Line collapsed. I ordered staff out. Ward executed. Vorn jabbed a talon. Human Envoy rerouted command, locked you in, this breaches coalition protocol. Rockyer stepped forward. Saved us, sir. Beacon drew fire. Airstrike cleared the north. Vorn scanned the smoldering ridge. Black scar across the horizon. Casualties? Minimal, Seelan said. Ward's platoon held, humans plugged gaps. Yarzy Precision finished it. Troops crested the hill, cheered remnants. Human resilience rippled through ranks. Vorn hesitated, optics shifted. Human sacrifice. Noted, but no more improvisation. Seelan nodded, eyes on the north. Threx's shadow loomed, Ward's voice echoed in memory. Round 2, she clicked mandibles, ready, scouts burst through. Ma'am, Threx counter, dropships inbound. Vorn paled. Pull back to defensible. No, Seelan raised rifle. We hold for Ward. Troops echoed, rifles up. Vorn boarded shuttle, muttered retreats, carrier engines hummed, Rockyer loaded ammo. Supplies en route, minutes count. Seelan sighted north, dropships darkened sky, Threx bellowed, her line reformed. Humans gone, but grit remained, bond unbreakable. Gunfire cracked, war answered, shells arced again, ridge ghosts stirred, Yarzy snipers zeroed, precise, Threx probed, found steel. A human signal pinged faint. Impossible, Ward, Seelan froze, comms lit. Commander. Still breathing, need evac. Heart surged. Rockyer, pinpoint. 2 clicks north, wreckage. Vorn's voice cut in. Negative, he's lost, she ignored. Carrier now, Rockyer gunned it. Convoy plunged into ash swirled like venomous fog. Seelan vaulted from the lead hover truck. Dawn's first glare pierced the cratered ridge. Her boots sank into fused soil. Ward's coordinates blinked on her wrist pad, dead center. She sprinted forward. Rifle swept the wreckage. Twisted dropship hulls smoked. Threx's advance had gouged deep. A faint ping guided her. There, beacon casing melted into slag, human alloy warped by plasma fire. She knelt, pried it free. Engravings charred but legible. Major Elia's Ward, human envoy. Her mandibles clicked. He overrode Vorn's retreat order. Used his diplomatic codes, drew every gun north, bought them hours with his name, protocol be damned. Rockyer, she barked. Status. Second in command slid beside her, scanned the debris. Signal weak, buried under that slab. Troops hauled metal aside. Ward lay pinned. Chest crushed, envoy insignia gleamed on his bloodied uniform. Eyes fluttered open. Commander, ridge secure. She gripped his hand, cool, human skin tough as hull plate. Held, your beacon worked. He coughed red. Tactics, in my pack, use 'em, humans, plug gaps. You snipe. Medics swarmed, stabilizers hissed, Rockyer relayed vitals. Critical, evac now, Seelan nodded. Carrier shuttle screamed overhead, lifted him aboard. She clutched the melted beacon, grit in her grip, Ward's gift. Back at command post, General Vorn's hologram flickered. Seelan, report. She thrust the recorded transmission forward. Ward's voice crackled. Vorn, negative on pullback. My authority as envoy, holding ridge. Airstrike on my mark. Vorn's crest flattened. Improvisation cost us nothing, Seelan cut in, mandibles snapped. Saved the line, your optics nearly broke it. Accountability, General, Ward defied you for us. Vorn's eyes narrowed. Diplomacy doesn't dictate tactics. It does when humans plug the gaps. She played the airstrike logs, coalition jets inbound, north flank cleared, Threx repelled. His sacrifice, our win. Silence stretched, Vorn shifted. Noted, air support restored, full measure. Hologram winked out, Rockyer approached. Datapad ready. Troops assembled, ma'am, mixed units, Yarzy snipers, human grunts, our heavies. Seelan stood on the ridge overlook, sun crested fully. Troops formed ranks below, Yarzy perched on outcrops, scopes glinting. Human platoons checked rifles, calm, methodical. Her coalition soldiers stacked ammo crates. She activated comms. All units, Ward's tactics now doctrine. Step 1, layered defense. Heavy's anchor core, humans rotate gaps. Yarzy overwatch. Murmurs rippled. A Yarzy sergeant clicked approval. Human grit, we precision. Step 2, she continued. Beacon override protocol, envoys call strikes, no hesitation. Humans nodded, one grinned. Routine maintenance. Rockyer distributed Ward's pack, holomaps annotated, flank maneuvers, probe counters. Supplies synced, minutes to Threx's next wave. Medics approached, handed her Ward's insignia, polished disc, human eagle etched deep. From the body, ma'am, he flatlined en route. Seelan's grip tightened, no time for grief. She pinned it to her chest plate, metal clicked home, weight settled, his bond now hers. Troops, she roared. Threx comes, we counter for Ward. Cheers erupted, rifles slammed stocks. Engines growled to life, dropships darkened the north sky. Threx's bellow echoed, "Break them!" Seelan raised her rifle, sighted the lead craft. Yarzi, zero engines. Heavies suppress, humans hold, Plasma lanced. Yarzi rounds punched true, dropship veered, exploded midair, shrapnel rained. Threx's ground pounders deployed, hulking brutes charged, coalition heavies unleashed. Bolters chewed earth, gaps formed, humans surged. Ward's platoon remnants, fewer now, plugged them seamless. Rifles barked precise. No panic, just reload, fire, advance, Rockyer yelled over comms. Flank left buckling, Seelan keyed Ward's map. Rotate, human alpha to left, Yarzi shift fire. They moved like one. Humans braced the line. Yarzi snipers picked leaders, Threx's probe faltered. Air support screamed in. Coalition jets Vorn's promised measure unloaded. Missiles arced. Enemy dropships vaporized. Threx roared frustration. His brutes retreated under fire. Probes turned route. Seelan pushed forward. Troops flanked her. Insignia caught sunlight. Ward's plan unfolded perfect. A brute lunged from smoke. Claws raked. She sidestepped. Rifle butt cracked its jaw. Human grunt covered. Bayonet plunged. Gap filled, he said. Casual. She clicked mandibles. Grinned. Doctrine works. Rockyer pinged. Threx pulling main force. Ridge ours. They crested the forward crater, enemy dead stacked, coalition banners planted. Seelan touched the insignia, warm now, Ward's voice in her mind. Round 2, she sighted horizon. Threx's shadow retreated, not broken, not yet, scouts reported. Ma'am, enemy regrouping, heavy armor inbound. Her mandibles snapped, air support circled, troops reloaded. Reform line, she ordered. Ward's way. Jets dove again, war answered, ridge held, bond forged in fire. Unbreakable.